Testing. Should we try this wireless microphone again? Noise canceling. Problem is sometimes it cancels the entire audio track. I did another test and it didn't work, so I took off the noise canceling lav. Look at that. Can hardly see out the window. Dew. There's dew on the window at 7:57, 68 degrees on the indoors and a little cooler than that on the outdoors. Here in South Dennis, looking over glassy Fallon's Pond. Now I have the iPhone microphone, so when I zoom in, it changes the microphone, then I zoom back out, and it changes the microphone again. So yes, there are audio issues, infinite audio issues that many of the audience comments on, and I'm just beside myself trying to fix those audio issues. T-Rex thinks he's pretty much stuck there. We are pretty much stuck here with beautiful weather day after day, and the sky is certainly less smoky this morning. Zooming in on the paniculata hydrangea that looks so beautiful, and that's interesting because it hasn't rained very much here. What was it, 3 weeks now since we had that 1.5 inches of rain? So here on Cape Cod, things are still rather green because of that rain. But many other places missed that rain and have not had significant rain in like a month. And there's not much rain in the forecast. Sun is just coming up over the oak trees here in South Dennis on the hill. That webcam is functioning. And Arthur Walker Association, Bass River Beauty. It's Saturday and we're having the same weather over and over. There was a weak front that came into New England last night, and it shows up on the satellite imagery as some clouds in the sky over Maine. Otherwise, all you see is fog in the valleys from Pennsylvania through New York into Vermont, and a little strip of fog also from Block Island to Martha's Vineyard, where the temperature last night cooled to the dew point. Here's the temperature and dew point map. This morning at 6 a.m., Boston was 66 degrees, and other areas were in the 50s. So the city and some spots did not cool to the dew point, but others did into the 40s and 50s. So comfortable weather, and it's not going to change much. There's more of a flow from eastern Canada now, and the smoke seems to be more bottled up. Here's the smoke forecast. Smoke seems to be bottled up in Ontario underneath the center of this upper level cutoff high pressure system. So many times this summer we talked about cutoff low pressure and rains. Now we cut off high pressure and sunshine, and it's very stable air mass that is warmer up in the sky. Look at the Mount Washington temperature profile on the auto road this morning. It's 65 degrees at 3,300 feet. And that's pretty close to record warm. So I think we're going to start challenging some record high temperatures. Yesterday, Concord got to 85, and I mentioned that the record was 93 from 1948. So it's some of the warmest in a long time, but not quite record. Rochester, New Hampshire yesterday got to 88 degrees. That seems like it may be a record for Rochester, and that is definitely an outlier on the temperatures across New England. So here's the Boston 5-day meteo, and it just shows a little bit of an onshore flow with the beaches in the 70s, but inland I think we're still going to be in the low 80s again today. High pressure is stalled right over us, and it's not changing much. The dew point close to 60, so there can be some fog each night, and then it looks like the air tries to come around a little bit more from the south here Tuesday into Wednesday, pushing the temperature back up into the low 80s, but we have to watch that system to the south. We've been talking about it quite a long time, how we're going to see something developing off the southeastern United States, and that front that's stalled across the ocean from Florida all the way up to England, a strong storm developing way out there. And the most significant thing on our satellite imagery this morning is right there across the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. There's a strengthening low pressure system well north of what is now Tropical Storm Gordon. Tropical Storm Gordon just kind of meandering around and not really strengthening. That's the forecast. That other storm is going to kind of work its way over toward Iceland, and the front that's draped from the northeast Atlantic to the southwest Atlantic here on our northern side of the equator is going to generate storm after storm. And we're going to see those mostly ripple off well south of us. However, the bundling of energy, I talked about it, decaying post-tropical storm Francine is causing flooding this morning in Alabama and Mississippi. That system is kind of stalled, and it's to its east that we have the focus for potential new flooding developing somewhere around South Carolina, North Carolina. And will that reach north into New England? It's not out of the question. That would be midweek or late week. We've been talking about how on Monday there was supposed to be some kind of tropical system near North Carolina, then it disappeared, and then it came back about 3 days ago, and it's there again today. And we can look at the Boston 15-day. Here comes the warm wave returning early in the week. And then look at that. Raindrops on Wednesday and Thursday. So the Euro is saying maybe some of that action from the south comes north into southern New England. Maybe. So I don't think I'm going to show you the really wide picture of the Atlantic Ocean. I've showed that for a couple days. I'm going to focus back on the northern part of the United States, southern Canada, and put the Euro into motion this morning. And here's new strengthening high in southeastern Canada. Slightly cooler air mass, especially from Maine to eastern Massachusetts. With this, and to the south of this high, right in the center of the high, very little wind over New England. It's to the south of the high that you have the strong onshore flow and gale type winds and heavy rains lashing the coastline from just about southern Virginia through North Carolina, South Carolina. And that low kind of sits there and may become a subtropical storm, perhaps getting a name if it takes on tropical characteristics in the middle of the week. And there it is reaching north with the rain bands trying to get in here Wednesday and Thursday. So this has been a moving target for quite some time, where I said at least a wave on a warm front is possible next week. And it's not really as much a warm front as a humid front. And then that kind of fades out of here for another nice weekend next weekend. In there is a full moon, too, coming and going. Let's see, the full moon's on the 17th, where it's about 3 or 4 days from now. And so the tides could run rather high with that. That should be fairly interesting. And about this full moon, all right, that's the weather. It might rain a little bit on Wednesday or Thursday. Otherwise, we're parched and having late summer near record warmth. The moon was right there in the sky yesterday. The thing about the harvest moon is it hangs low and it's further to the west. A lot of times your moon is blocked over here, but this harvest moon's going right over the pond, and it seems to be moving very slowly, like it changes position very subtly each night. I've got to learn more about what is so special about this harvest moon, so I'm going to start focusing on that. I'm going to do more research on that today and talk about that tomorrow. So many people are interested in watching the harvest moon rise, and it looks like if that storm stays south of us, it might be okay. But doesn't it figure that that rain band may show up the same night as the full moon on, let's see, today's the 14th, so 15th is Sunday, 16th is Monday, 17th is Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be the nights for the moon, and I think more for Monday and Tuesday than Wednesday to try and get the best view of that. So we'll talk more about the moon tomorrow. So it's a fairly short out the door weather and more. Not a lot of weather to talk about unless you're out in the Atlantic Ocean or over the southeastern United States. So why don't we just go to the and more from yesterday. Just couldn't believe how gorgeous it was on the water there in Weymouth with the boats and the flat water in the middle of the day in September, feeling and looking more like August, but for the smoke in the sky. And then we made our way south, mostly no issues in traffic, but there was a pretty good line at Sagamore Bridge, and then found our way to Mayflower Beach. And just the tide was only coming in slowly, which was another curious thing as we approach a full harvest moon, why the tide came in so slow. But it was fun watching people and pets on the water at sunset yesterday. All right, that's where we're going to leave that today. Crows are talking to us. I'm going to go find T-Rex. The brothers are here. Family day, family working and playing, and always something to do. Moving piles of brush. What was that, Rex? Did you see that? What is it, Rex? I don't think you're going to catch him. The crows are like, Tim, didn't you forget something? Crows are just going nuts. Yeah, I forgot to mention the verification on the Canal Cruise. The class of 74 went on a cruise right underneath the Sagamore Bridge on the Glen Ellen. Gorgeous yacht out of Fort Lauderdale, now at Sandwich Marina. And today is their reunion dinner, and it should be equally as beautiful. All right, here's the and more from yesterday. 11:37. Feels more like August, doesn't it? Hey, T-Rex. Can you stay? Come here, Rex. I just want to show the boats and the calm water. Thea, you on there? Say hello. Get someone going by. Wow. 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 Just tremendous. Why do we ever leave here? I don't know, because there's so many other great places in New England and the world. And I think we're going to get on the road again. 85 on the dashboard thermometer. The question is, did we beat the school from getting out? There's no buses. Is it a half day on Friday? I don't know. School's in season. Session. Almost there. 1.3 miles to go, T-Rex. We had all green lights from the house to the highway. House. That never happens. That's like 7 lights. $79 degrees at the old stomping grounds. That's it.
Temperatures
Mark Rosenthal with the shortcast.
Mainly clear skies.
T-Rex and TK.
I'm Mark Rosenthal.
Entering Dennis. Again and again and again.
There's Willie and Chance. Say hi, Chance.
Hi.
Red leaves, blue sky. Best patch is right there. Really coming in. The ridge is pretty red. Boom, J Peak.
There's the ocean, there's T-Rex. Say hi, T-Rex. Hi. And there's the smoky sky and the sun. And summer doesn't want to really end. And your colors are better than mine, but this is not bad. No, you're going to be the concluding part of our out-the-door weather and more.
Okay.
Because you always make me come to Mayflower Beach, even though you live way over the horizon.
Yes, I do. Past the power station. Can I talk?
No, please don't talk. Unless you say T-Rex. Say
T-Rex.
hi. T-Rex.
T-Rex.
So I'm making this forecast all week long for the Dennis Yarmouth Dolphin High School class of 1974. Actually going on a cruise right now. That dog is great. It's great that we can bring dogs to the beach now that we're past Labor Day. He's playing with 2 different balls.
That's why I reminded you.
And the tide seems to be coming in slow despite the waxing harvest moon. And we've got somebody stand-up paddling by the beach. Where is she going? In Barnstable Harbor? Okay, now what are you looking at? You looking at T-Rex? No, you're looking way out there. The paddle boarders, there was a dog just walking on the spit. We're like, how's that dog gonna get in? And he's on the board. And he's standing up. That's talent. And the dogs love following Mommy. Where's Mommy? Oh, there she is. That's awesome. So here at Mayflower Beach, the sandbars go underwater as the tide comes in, and it just happened. Fare thee well. Yeah. Talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, they're only going as far north as Sassuat Harbor. Who knows? That's great. Smoky sunset on Cape Cod.